happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I'm Maria Milagros, and this is Wisdom Wednesday. I call it Wisdom Wednesday with a Z because, like the Wizard of Oz, when they showed up and said, I need courage, I need brains, I need whatever, he's like, you already have it. Here's opportunities, a journey to help you see that for yourself. And then when they came back, he's like, a medal of honor because you did this and that, right? They already had what they needed within themselves. They just needed opportunities, sometimes called obstacles, in order for those things to come to the surface. My work here in these videos is to help provide you with tools, techniques, anecdotes, stories, right, that are going to help you acknowledge, recognize how to use those things that you already have, your capacities, your gifts, your skills, all your magic, to help move the needle to healthier and happier, whatever that means for today and for this moment in your life. So for today, I want to talk about this idea of other people understanding us, right? I've been hearing lately, having conversations with and hearing people talk about, they just don't understand me. Why don't they just understand me? I just want people to understand me. And I remember this frustration. I remember having this angst and this frustration and this desire to want to be understood so desperately. And then through my spiritual practice and through meditation, I started to find new, what's the word for that? New ways to view it, a new mindset that really helped me find clarity, find freedom, find sanity. Yeah, true story. So I'm going to share with you the 3 things that I learned that really helped me change my mindset around needing, wanting, desiring other people to understand me. The first, and probably the hardest, is they can't. They can't fully understand you. You are the only one of you that ever has been, ever is, and ever will be. And no one will ever be able to have the life that you've had, the experiences that you've had, the exposures that you've had. Therefore, they have not developed the perception that you have, the filters that you had, the understanding, the rooting that you have, the connection that you have, right? And because no other person can fully understand all of those components of who you are and the magic that makes you you, they can never fully understand you. Let them off the hook. Boom. I just saved you millions of dollars in therapy. Maybe not millions, but thousands. Let them off of the hook. They cannot understand you, right? And really, this is number 2, it's not their job. The person's job, who it is to fully understand us, is us. And what I realized was the more that I spent time investing and understanding and honoring and appreciating and like figuring out all of this, the less I needed it from other people. If someone understood a component of who I was or a quality of who I was or an aspect of my life, that's great. That's a wonderful bonus, but it no longer was a necessity because I got me. I understand me. I have invested time and energy, our 2 most valuable assets, into figuring out who I was, what kind of life I want to live, who I want to be, what I like and what I don't like. And here's the best part. It's always going this work because we are ever evolving. What? If every time we evolve, we expect the people around us to keep up, I don't know about you, but people would not be able to keep up with my evolution. And I have to let them free from that need, that desire, that request, because it's not realistic, it's not sustainable, and it's not their job, it's mine. And then the third thing that I learned, and this is from more like I do leadership trainings and I do communication trainings, and I realized there were 2 main premises of communication, right? And this is how I teach it. There's the premise when we are communicating to be understood, and the premise when we are receiving communication to understand. And we can complain about them all we want, but if we're not showing up from a place where we're practicing effective and healthy communication, we are part of the problem, right? Problem, obstacle, dynamic, opportunity, however you want to word it. So if I want people to understand something that I'm sharing or saying, not to understand the whole of me. That's not their job, that's mine. And that's not realistic. They cannot, because they did not experience my life. I'm the only one of me that ever has been, ever is, and ever will be. Boom, so are you. So if I am expecting them to understand something that I'm communicating, the onus is mine to be able to communicate it clearly in a way that they can understand. And the best way to check in to make sure that they can understand is after I communicate that. If they don't have effective communication skills and I can't depend on them to, I can say, does that make sense? What did that mean to you? What did you take away from that? And then sometimes they reiterate it and I'm like, yes, boom, that's it. Sometimes they reiterate it and I'm like, no. Because we have to remember that we listen, we see, we perceive the world, we receive information through our filters. So I might be delivering it, or what I believe I am delivering it, in one way, and they might be receiving it in a completely different way because they're operating through their filters, their mindset, their perceptions, their experiences, their exposures, and so on and so forth. So if I want them to understand what I'm trying to say, again, the onus is mine. I ask clarifying questions. Did that make sense? What did you gather from that? What does that mean to you? And then when they reiterate, I can then use that information to say, oh, yes, that is what I meant. Or no, allow me to change the way I'm saying that. Or allow me to explain more. Or allow me to clarify. That's one of my favorite things to say. Allow me to clarify, right? It is. So that's one way to do that. Another thing to keep in mind when we're trying to communicate with another person is really paying attention to our tone and our inflection and how we are delivering and using words, right, to deliver information. Now, that being said, not everybody, no matter how clear I am, no matter how much I pronunciate and articulate myself, is going to be able to understand. Sometimes other people have beliefs that are so, right, I don't know the word for that, that you cannot penetrate. And that's okay too, because I tried to be understood. I asked clarifying questions. I did my part. And it is now this belief or this perception or this whatever that is creating a hindrance. And I have to understand and honor that and then choose my next decision accordingly. Am I going to sit here and try to beat you in the head and get you to come along with me, expending my time and my energy accordingly, which are our two most valuable assets? Or am I going to acknowledge I did the best I could? I tried to communicate the best I could. It is what it is. This is not a space for me to be because it's not the best investment of my time and energy. I get to decide. But again, I can only do that if I recognize that they cannot ever fully, truly understand me. It's not their job. It's mine. And I can try to communicate as best I can. And sometimes that means I need to work on my communication. Sometimes it means they might have filters or block that prevent them from hearing what I'm trying to say, right? So I hope that this was helpful because I've been hearing a lot of people talking about this desire to be understood. And this is the person who needs to understand her. And then if, again, all things begin and end here. So if we fully understand ourselves, we no longer require it of other people. It becomes a bonus if they understand a piece or a story or whatever. But it's not like I don't need you to understand me anymore. I got me. Boo-boo, I got me. Okay? So that's what I have for today. Let me know what you think. Understanding yourself, letting them off of the hook, speaking clearly to be understood, using clarifying questions and other communication techniques to increase the potential for understanding. That's what I got. Magic. If I do say so myself. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who can benefit from it, go ahead and share it. And if you haven't already, get over to my website and subscribe to my newsletter. You'll get this, plus any updates that I'm, talks or anything that I'm doing. And anybody who's in the Super Sparkly Everything family, if you're a member of this here family, you get a discount on all the workshops that I do. If I'm doing them for another forum, that's not my forum. I can't do that. But otherwise, I'll hook you up with my stuff. Okay. Holla at your girl if you have any questions. You know how to reach me. And if you have questions that might come up for you and you're like, what do you have to say about this? Shoot it over. It might become a topic that I use later for a video. All right. Sending you love and light. Because, I mean, really, what else do we need? Sending you love and light. Mwah. Peace!